Keep your expectations low and your mind open, and you're sure to find something you like in this one. Welcome back to another video of Everything Movies. I'm Jefferson Cole, and I'm going to be reviewing Lilo and Stitch, the live action.
We have apprehended a dangerous experiment. Where is he?
He escaped.
He is trying to find the police cruisers.
He took the red one.
Lilo and Stitch is directed by Dean Fleischer Camp. It is starring Mai Kaloha, Sydney Agudong, and Chris Sanders as Stitch. So Maya Kaloha plays Lilo and Sydney plays Nani. And then also they actually had a cameo from the old Nani. I think she played Miss Kekoa. I want to say, yeah, she was in the original one. And I knew when I was watching the movie, it was something that was catching my senses. Like, I was like, dang, why does her voice sound familiar? You know, and then I found out after watching the movie that she was the original voice for Nani. And so I thought that was really cool that they had her in the movie. And she played the Child Inspector Services. Like, she was the one that would come and visit Nani and just to make sure that Nani and Lilo were in good living situations. This movie honestly was really interesting for me. As far as this movie, I think it was it strayed away from the original sometimes, but for the most part, it followed the story really well. There were some important characters that were in the original that weren't in it. I think it was like the main antagonist, he wasn't really in it, and they turned, I forgot his name, but another character, like the big blubby looking character that was like trying to capture Stitch throughout the original movie, not for any type of negative reasons or antagonistic reasons. He was just trying to return Stitch back to the space station, but instead they made him the villain in this movie. And I thought, well, it is a major change, but it wasn't bad for me to watch. I love the original, and I think that the original is much better than this new live action. It wasn't something that really bothered me that much. I know some people might be like, oh, I love the original so much, I die for the original, and they might they might not agree with some of the changes that they made, because I also think that some of the other changes that they made were very had some good context to the movie. They added a lot of good stuff to the story, and it made it a little bit more down to earth and realistic. And I think that is what you would expect from a live action version of a cartoon. Yes, it's going to be live action, so it should be a little bit more realistic. So the aliens that come to Earth, that just walk around Earth in the original and no one bats an eye, they actually have to be disguised in this movie. And I was like, okay, that makes sense, because even when I recently just watched the original prior to watching this one, and I was sitting there thinking in my grown adult mind, why are these humans not reacting to the fact that there are aliens walking around on Earth out of nowhere, and so this movie kind of addressed that idea. They were like, okay, since they're on Earth, give them disguises. And in this case, I don't really mind it. I would love to see the CGI. The CGI in this movie was really good, in my opinion. There was only literally one scene at the very end, and I'm pretty sure it's already circling around the internet. People are probably throwing a fit about one itty bitty editing mistake, but come on guys, let's be real. It's just a movie. It's just a live action movie with CGI. Everyone knows CGI is not real. Stitch is not actually sitting there, but Stitch looked really good. I enjoyed the CGI in this film, and I thought it looked really good. Even the aliens, I was just yeah, no, they took their time with this one. I thought the CGI went well. For them to be on Earth and walking around and being humans, I thought they made the right decision, changing, giving them disguises and stuff. And the guy his name, Jumba and Pleakley, or whatever their names. Jumba was the villain in this one, and he was the one that was he wanted to use Stitch for his own selfish reasons. I thought that them giving him that aspect to his character made sense for the film, because it would have, I saw an interview about the director, and he was explaining adding the original villain was just too much for the film. And I thought, yeah, I was it made sense, because their main focus in this new film was on the sisters and their relationship and how them losing their parents really affected them. Whereas, I'm not gonna lie, there were some scenes in the original, man, the original did it better. Like the crash out scene, Nani and Stitch, when they were just like yelling at each other and like really mad at each other. Like you could really feel the emotion in those scenes in the original. This one I was just like, I don't buy it. Like I was like, they didn't do that well when it comes to like showing the clash between those two characters, in my opinion. Not as well as what the cartoon did, but for the most part there were some scenes that were literally frame to frame, beat by beat, exact same. And I was just like, you know, they studied. They did their studying, they made their movie, and I thought they did the best that they could. And in fact, I think that they added more context to the story by focusing more on Nani and Stitch and their whole situation. Like not Nani and Stitch, Nani and Lilo and their whole situation. Like Lilo is like, she really truly acted like a 6-year-old. And in my opinion, I was like, yeah, I buy it. Like this is how a 6-year-old would act in these situations. Like she wouldn't understand the weight of their problems. So obviously she's gonna be focusing more on like Stitch and trying to make friends and just like, it just made sense for her the way she was acting. And I'm just like, yeah, she's a great Lilo. And Stitch, obviously, he was fun to watch on screen. He was a troublemaker, and he was heartwarming. Like he was the heart of the film. And then also the sisters, of course, were also the heart of the film too. Overall, I think this movie was really fun for me to watch. I laughed a few times, like even like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect myself to actually genuinely laugh at a fart joke, because you know in every kids movie there's always like a fart joke, you know, because kids are just kids. Maybe it's because in real life I'm a teacher, I'm surrounded by 8-year-olds all the time, so like I kinda can get their humor. And so, but like in this movie, I'm like there was a fart joke, and I thought it was executed really well. And for me, I was just like, no, that was genuinely funny, you know. So like and then there was a lot of moments throughout the film where I like felt like, yeah, no, they're having fun with this, and I laughed, and the emotional parts got emotional. I was just like, yeah, no, this truly has the heart of Lilo and Stitch embedded into this film. And I know people don't really mess with the live actions, they really don't. And me, sometimes I don't either. Like the last live action movie, Snow White, I really hated that movie. But the one before that was Mufasa, and I really loved that movie. And I'm like, Disney, I want them to stop, but then I also see the success that they have in these live action films, and I'm like, they make too much money for them to stop, but maybe I just need to keep going in and watching them with a grain of salt, and just not really taking them to like frame by frame, beat by beat, like not really like trying to compare it to the original all the time. I was just like, man, this one, before going in, I did not think it was gonna be that good, but I enjoyed it. And if I enjoy a movie, I genuinely will say, okay, like it was good. Like I would recommend a kid or a family to go see it. Would I recommend anybody to go see it? Probably not. Like I would, at the end of the day, this movie was like a 7 out of 10 for me. When it comes to, I think the original just, you know, obviously the original story is just so much better. I mean, the original film is just so much better because it's all animated, and it's like, I think it's also a nostalgia thing for me. But I think that this movie really did capture the heart. I think it's a fun summer film. Like honestly, go see it if you want something to go see with your younger sibling, you know, whoever you want to go see that's a child. They will really enjoy it. You will really enjoy it because it gets real at some point. And I'm like, yeah, no, this was good. You know, I understand it. You know, I understand the vision that these filmmakers were trying to do with this film. So that is all for this video. If you like what you see here, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you've seen this movie down in the comments, and if you liked it, if you think Disney should continue doing live actions, let me know. I would love to continue this conversation. Also, share this video with other people if they are iffy about going to see this movie. Tried to keep out spoilers, but obviously the original is out, and it's been out for a long time now, so I didn't really want to talk too much about the spoilers because there are some things that they changed. So whatever, go see the movie if you want to go see what they changed, and watch this video before you go, okay? And as always, thank you for watching my video, and I will see you all next time.